Okay, my name is Joe Handy, and I'm here at Mel Trotters in a step-up program. Here to get, kick alcohol, kick the addiction, and I also suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and which makes the recovery just that much tougher. PTSD comes from a couple of traumas when I was a kid. First one was like verbal abuse from some total strangers, and nobody was there to, my parents weren't there, my brothers weren't there, and these guys were telling me all kinds of stuff about how bad I was and stuff. I was like 7 or 8, and they were really laying it on me, man. And I think the trauma set in when I was looking at all their faces, looking at me with hate. Like they hated my guts and telling me how bad I was, And I never said a word. I blocked it out for decades. And then a few years later, my oldest brother sexually molested me. So I blocked that out. In high school, I hardly went anywhere. I had a full-time job. I had a car after high school, but no social life whatsoever. And then I started drinking beer one night. These guys I knew said, "Hey Joe, you want a beer?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take one." I've been drinking beer ever since, and vodka. And that was the only way I could get out. I started going out and having fun. But the thing was, it was more, I didn't realize it. It took 20 years to realize what I was going through. When my brother, the one who molested me, got caught with his stepdaughter. And then that's when he told everybody that he had molested me. And it was a big relief, but now I had a big time drinking problem, and I didn't realize what I was suffering through all those years. So anyway, then I knew what was going on, but I didn't even know until like 3 or 4 years ago. I met by accident a psychologist. We talked a little bit, and he told me, he goes, "I know exactly what you got, man. You got PTSD, there's no doubt. But they couldn't really help me until I quit drinking," which I was living by myself at Ferguson's. And you can't stop when you're isolating yourself all the time. Mind games. And I found out now I had to go a month and a half at least here with help. And that's where I'm getting this. I'm starting to get under control because now I know what's behind the whole thing. And which has made a big difference. Because not only am I not drinking, I'm getting help for the first time in my life when I'm sober. I'm trying to take everything one day at a time, grain of salt and all that stuff. So depression set in a few times here, resentment, cynicism, frustration, fear. Of course, the addiction's always on the bottom there. Anger. Well, I've blown up a few times since I've been here. Matter of fact, one of my anger things brought up just recently a case of shingles. I had shingles on my right side of my body, my shoulder, my right armpit, and my chest. So anyway, it's been a weird life, It hasn't been nothing normal, pretty much. Except my parents. If it hadn't been for my parents, man, help me out, I would have been in deep trouble. I wouldn't be here, there's no doubt. My youngest brother, who lives up in Grayling, and his wife, he's been a big time help to me. He's going, they're all happy. Even guys out here I used to see out here drinking, but I've seen them, and they go, "Joe, we're so damn proud of you, man." They go, "Out of all of us, you're the one that has got the chance to really do something with this." And one night I went out there to surprise them, and they go, "Joe," they go, "you're not here for a drink, are you?" And I'm going, "No, I just want to see him." I go, "Oh, forget about that." They let me feed the animals out here, which is good I used to do it when I was out there, and they let me do it around here a little bit.
My name's Lori Ann Hailstones. Started smoking weed and drinking like at age 16. I would drink till I got blacked out or whatever. And in time I was in my 11th grade, I went to play volleyball for 2 years, and I did track the last year of school. There's times I'd go to practice hungover and stuff like that. kind of grew up thinking my mom hated me because she kind of singled me out. And I drank a lot and smoked a lot with me and my brother. And then I would have people, buy for me. The person I ended up marrying in 1990, he would buy for me until I was of age at 21. And we drank a lot. When I went to the hospital to deliver my first son, I had a huge bruise on my back because he was an abusive alcoholic. One time he wanted me to go get him alcohol. I told him no, so he took my head and smashed it in the register, and I had to go to the hospital, get stitches, and I pressed charges on him. I ended up dropping them and, stayed with him. I became, more dependent on pain pills and stuff like that. I had to have surgeries, abdominal surgeries, tube removed. And so I needed, pain pills, and I'd try to get them prior to that, refilled quicker than other. I could, because I liked it. Not only did it help my pain, but I liked the feeling of it. So I've had 3 boys, and because I lived with an abusive alcoholic, he was, mean to him, hit him, and stuff like that. And so I was doing all I could to get back with him, and I was going to counseling on my own. And I told my counselor that I was going to bring my husband back in the picture, and he told me that it wouldn't be a good idea if you're looking so good at getting your kids back. But I didn't listen to him, so I ended up, bringing him back in, and he was refusing to do the parent-agency agreement. And that after that had happened, we separated. And then after going on with the kids, I met someone else, and we started, doing, painkillers more and more and more, and it would just kept, re-triggering, and so I got in a good habit again. And then we ended up moving down to Missouri, and I moved in with my brother. We got there, and then we stayed clean. We didn't have a habit. Every once in a while we'd do pain pills, so I stayed clean. And then we moved back from Georgia to West Bloomfield, and we got an apartment there, me and David and his sister. For maybe a couple years I stayed clean, and then we got back into it, going down to Detroit and getting heroin and doing pills. And I got pulled over in Clarkston, and I got arrested with drug paraphernalia. And so I got off. It was a mail-in probation after I was done reporting, so I mailed in. I had to pay the fines off, so I paid them off. And then in 2015, prior to this, we're doing pills. I was living in Frankfort, Michigan, and we was doing, heroin, morphine. Sometimes we'd smoke crack and stuff like that, just, because David at the time, he got a settlement, and so we blew it almost all on drugs. And at 2015 of April, our house was raided. We all went to jail, and so I wasn't getting out anytime soon, so I ended up staying there like 2 months in jail, and then finally I got my bond lowered and I got out. I was living at my mom's, helping take care of her after I got out of jail. And I started, getting high again once in a while, and at my mom's, and then I felt really bad. I went to my mom's house to do it, and I feel bad about that. And then I came out to come here to the Salvation Army. So I came here, and I'm really grateful that I did come here. When I was out there using and stuff like that, I'd avoid my family. And then I'm looking forward to, with my family, some outings in the future. Like I said, selling stuff, having fun. And it's, and all my nieces and nephews are, so proud of me too. And it feels good. And it's like I had to learn the hard way, after being with him, and just nothing was going to change. And I'm real grateful, for that. And church people and counselors that are there for me when I get out to help me continue on my path. And I'll be, helping my mom out and taking care of her and take her to appointments and stuff like that. And I look forward to that and having fun in the future, selling hot dogs. I really do look forward to that. I'm really excited about starting my new life. Really grateful to be here.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.